how did you think about the risk of taking external finance?
Well, without taking finance, you can't grow, can you? I've been talking to one of my businesses today, and they're very typical entrepreneurs. They're very reluctant to take any significant investment that means they have to give up equity. Mm-hmm. And I get that, and you should, take as much debt as you can in your business and use your own funds until you give equity away. And then when you do give equity away, you need to give as little away as possible because you want to be motivated. Mm. But, my son has 3 restaurants in London, and when he started that business 4 years ago, and there was a significant funding requirement, we had a big discussion about whether that was going to be through family money or an equity fund. And in the end, I said to him, Rick, I don't know anything about the restaurant trade, and I don't want to be worried about, this business, and I can't help you, strategically or intellectually on it really. So I think you're better getting an equity partner in the industry. And as they say, it's better to have 50% of something this big than 100% of something this big. So that's what he did. And today that is still absolutely the right deal because he's part of a private equity stable with other restaurant groups that in a couple of years' time will get floated. Now, he could not have achieved that on his own. But you kind of psychologically have to get your head around the fact that you might be giving up to half your business to another partner. But you just need to make sure it's the right partner. I explained earlier, my first partner was the wrong partner. You learn lessons through that, but he got the right partner from the beginning.
And sort of looking back at the initial buying and then the final buyouts, what were your biggest learnings from the whole thing?
My biggest learnings, and I think I was able to influence Rick over this, is make sure you get the right people around you in terms of advisors. Get the best lawyers and the best accountants. And I don't mean the best name over the door, like Goldman Sachs or something like that, but definitely top drawer, and make sure it's always about the person within that. So when I did my first buyout in 2010, openly in here, my accountants who were doing the M&A work for me were Baker Tilly. They were still top 7, something like that. But the partner I had was useless. He really was useless, and it cost me that first buyout. I didn't really see it at the time, and I didn't know any other options. When I did the second buyout, I did it with Deloitte, and I had a guy from the Birmingham office who was so instrumental in making that secondary buyout happen and getting the first ones out, and totally instrumental in my exit in 2016, and I'd go back to anything today to him. So it was about just, yes, you pay for top 3 and the right person, but get the right people, top, lawyers as well, accountants, and then your immediate team around you as well. So when I did the first management buyout, I had good people that had come with me over the last 3-4 years, sales director, ops director, finance director, but I knew that team wasn't strong enough to take us the next stage. But you come over the line and they've all got equity, and then you have to have these difficult discussions around, but you're not the one to take it to the next level. So we are going to have to bring in other people. You can either stay and report to someone else, or we can talk about an exit. But then the right way, I will always treat people fairly, recognise that you needed to rise above that table and take it to another level and bring in some bigger hitters.
So, thanks, Jenny. So, as a dragon, you've made some successful investments. What are the key factors you're looking for in an entrepreneur and their businesses to make that investment decision?
Yeah, so when I was on the Den in 2 series, I on the Den itself, people always ask this, I invested in 12 businesses over 2 series on the Den. Viewers always think that you actually then complete 12 deals, which is a bit naive because that's not what happens in real life. You do due diligence. It's like buying a house and then finding, rats in the roof. So you don't always complete on them. So I actually completed on 5. What happens to the other 7? Sometimes you find out things that weren't said on set, behind the scenes. It is quite frequent that the entrepreneur walks away on the other side as well, because they either they go back to the family, they didn't like the deal that they actually said yes to, or they only came for the advert. So it's not unusual for it to fall on the other side. So I completed on 5. I've sold 3 of those on now to other businesses where they can continue to grow. And I'm in Manchester today because I've still got my favourite business, Didsbury Gin, because they send me a box quite often, so that's quite nice. But they're doing really, really well. And what I look for, and they're a good example actually, and again, I had the conversation with one of my previous chairmen who's been investing for 10 years prior to me, and I used to say to him, what do you look for? Because you do get a lot of opportunities come to you. And he said, Jenny, I look for a product that I know and understand and like and can get behind. So there might be a product that comes on that you think, well, that's a great idea, but I have no interest in it whatsoever. So you're not going to get excited about it, are you? So he said, I look for entrepreneurs that I can connect with and I believe in, because you're going to be with them for the next 3 to 5 years. And then it's about price. Can I get in at the right price? And crucially, how do I get out? I'm not their banker for the next 20 years. So where's my exit from this? So my key thing about, on Dragon's Den, you look at the products and straight away you think, oh my God, not another snack bar. So, and then what questions am I going to ask that sound intelligent about another snack bar? So you can see I'm not into snack bars. So, and there's a lot of them. So, first of all, you get excited about the product, and then the entrepreneurs come in, and, it's got to be someone that I can resonate with and I believe in. And I like it when there's 2 entrepreneurs as well. It's a lonely place being an entrepreneur. So if you can have, so my Didsbury Gin's example, one was clearly a salesman, one was clearly the guy who delivers, and they both come out of put the redundancy into all of this. They're both passionate about their business. I'm fond of Manchester, so that was nice as well. So I thought, yeah, this will be fun working with these guys. Where, other people I looked at, I might have liked the product, but I thought, I can't work with you for the next 3 years. So, it's always about personalities, isn't it, and connections, and belief in them. So you're selling yourself as much as your product.